Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. Heavy spoilers for My Hero Academia episode 13 of season 7. You have been warned. Also known as episode 151. I just pretty much finished this episode literally a couple of minutes ago, and I can proudly say, without a doubt, this is the greatest episode of My Hero Academia by a long shot. At least when it comes to the art and animation, because there's just so much to talk about. But I'll be doing a brief initial review before doing my main manga versus anime comparison later on, so stay tuned for that. But let's talk about the good. When Deku arrived on the scene and he was looking and making sure everyone was okay, the way his heart stopped when he saw Bakugo and the music was playing, dude. It was just really heartbreaking watching Izuku Midoriya seeing someone he has seen since he was a little boy on the floor, barely breathing, barely alive. I know Deku really cares for his friend. He's always shown affection towards Bakugo, but this episode truly made me see how much Deku has really cared for Bakugo after all these years. Just seeing how angry he got, how mad he was, and despite Shigaraki / All For One egging him on and trying to make him even more mad, I just love the scene of Mirio Togata confronting Deku, telling him to be like, it's alright, everyone's okay, you just gotta do what you gotta do. Last episode, Mirio was really down in the dumps. He was really depressed. He felt like he couldn't do anything to make a difference, and he thought him distracting Shigaraki so that Deku can go ahead and fight him would be enough. But seeing that Deku is in a bad state, Mirio finally had his moment of glory, and I was here for it. I love this scene so much. I truly believe that gear shift overdrive used by the second user of One For All is without a doubt the coolest quirk I have seen so far in My Hero Academia. It allows Deku to change his speed at will, and because of that, it just allows for these unbelievable animation sequences of Deku charging up, charging towards Shigaraki, punching Shigaraki / All For One, and just looking incredible, dude. The colors, the sparks, the effects, the animation, the art. Some of the art in this episode looked amazing, and because of the grey sky, it allowed for some interesting shadows, and I feel like the colors really popped out more with the grey sky. I mean, dude, if you saw my reaction on my other account, I was just flipping out. I was going insane. I was losing my mind. I couldn't believe Studio Bones had this in them. I mean, I knew they were good at animating because they did Mob Psycho 100, but My Hero Academia never really went at that level that Mob did, at least not after season 4 in my opinion. But this was the first time since those earlier seasons that I was truly blown away by the animation sequences. I could just talk about it over and over again, but hey, 10 out of 10 right there. But one thing that did surprise me in this episode was the voice actor of All For One. I feel like both Shigaraki and All For One's voice actors just had these amazing moments where they were just shouting and screaming, and I was honestly here for it. I won't lie, I didn't quite get all the information when it came to All For One and the backstory of him confronting the second user because I was just distracted by the visuals, so I may need to rewatch this again. When Deku was attacking the Shiggy / All For One body, All For One had this moment where he was able to see some of the previous users of One For All, and I've never seen All For One that shocked and surprised before. That's one thing I didn't like about the episode, is that I just wanted a little bit more insight into that backstory of All For One and the second user. It just seemed so interesting. I loved the episode, I really did, but when they kept showing that, I was like, what's going on with them? There were so many moments where All For One looked distressed and really fearful. I mean, he was crying in one scene. Why was he crying? What made him upset? All these questions are in my head and I'm just so curious to know. But of course I'm going to explain that. That's just a little nitpick. The ending of the episode did freak me out a little bit. When it looked like Deku had finally taken out All For One / Shigaraki, All For One had this moment where he felt like this was the final moment, the deciding factor between whether he is the victor or the loser, and he still had a chance of winning. And you see one of the League of Villains, I think it's Spinner, looking like the Incredible Hulk in this shot. I was so confused and baffled by this. I had no idea that he had this transformation under his sleeve. I mean, where was this boy hiding this power? All For One also makes a frightening reveal that he still hasn't revealed the true essence of his power. I think he said that he hasn't shown you the true power of this body yet. Something about that line really freaked me out. I mean, this Shigaraki form, looking the way it does, I thought this was his final final form. Is there another form after this form? That's insane, dude. That is totally insane. But overall, I really enjoyed the episode. I thought it was the best episode so far. I will do a manga versus anime comparison, and I think I will have a better understanding of what happened in the episode when I do that comparison. But so far, this episode is a 10 out of 10 and an A-star. Best episode of My Hero Academia by a mile. It left me wanting more. I want to know more about All For One and his past, and I want to see more into what this new body or this final form is going to look like. But tell me in the comments down below, what did you guys think of this episode? Did you like it or did you hate it? Tell me. Like this video, subscribe for more My Hero Academia Season 7 reviews, breakdowns, reactions, comparisons, and all that jazz, as well as other anime updates and all that jazz. But thank you for watching, and as always, a boy Dude Review signing out.